We'll be putting these border lights in here. First thing we got to do is we're going to test the lights and line them up, and then we're going to go ahead and start drilling things out, right?
We always want to get them all wired, fired up, and working. Then we can drill and install the light at the end. It's very important that you follow the steps. It is easy and simple, but if you don't have the steps in line, the connection won't work. So you want to keep your lead wire 12 gauge in a very nice straight line. Then you're going to put the gray cap and you will then twist until you hear some clicking, and that's going to make your final connection to your power supply for your fixture. Now that we have this first fixture connected and powered, we're going to continue on down the line, making sure all of those lights are powered before we go and core drill them to receive the light itself. Couple things to take note. We want to make sure we have a drill that has the correct amount of power. We want to make sure we have a drill that's going to be able to sustain power. You need the corresponding drill bit. So all brands, all sizes are going to be different, so make sure you're using the correct one. Also, a water swivel, something to introduce water to the cutting to help with the dust, as well as to help the diamond blade be preserved and much easier to go through the stone. If you don't have some rubber boots or you're not wearing the appropriate gear, one thing you can do is find some Mylar bags or plastic bags to cover your feet, because this is a little bit of a messy process, but just a little tip and trick we've found over the years to help you out while you're grinding at these pavers. Now that we have our paver marked for center, we are going to slowly introduce water and slowly start the grinding in the drill. You want to start it nice and slow, as well increase the water pressure as you're getting it into that direct straight line, so we're making a nice straight hole. As it's in its position, then you can bring full water pressure, keeping that nice and steady, being mindful that you're not rocking left or right. If there's any imperfections, it will definitely show when installing the light. Once you complete the first hole, this is going to act as your template. It'll allow you to keep the rest of the pavers uniform. You can also make a wooden jig. I've seen some guys make a jig that's appropriate for the paver size, and then that also will keep the paver in line, so that once you have that first one dialed in, the rest should be identical. Everything's been tested. We know it's working. It's as simple as wiring through the top, fishing the line, and our paver recess light is now installed and back online. One of the things I see is a common mistake, and it sometimes damages the lighting, is when you're installing this, if it is a little snug, you do want to give a little pressure to push it in, but you do not want to use a metal hammer or anything solid to bash on it. If anything at all, you want to put a piece of cardboard, a nice thick piece of cardboard, and slightly bang it into place. As you see, I just used the palm of my hand very gently, and it is now nice and snug where it belongs.
So now that we have the in lights in, you notice we left these pavers loose. This paver application was not finished. But now that we have the lights in, we can go ahead and put our edge restraint on the side of here, put our polymeric locking sand or the joint material we're going to be using in the joints. We just want to make sure we tape off these lights to keep them clean and safe during the sanding process, and then don't compact over top of them. So if we're using a roller compactor or a hand tamper, we're just going to want to make sure we stay clear of these ones. We can still get over here and over here with the compactor to make sure these are set in place, but we wanted to get these lights in before we finish this off.
When you are doing it, two things that you can do is, one, cut a piece of conduit and lay that below the grade so that the wire can come through. You can even use half a piece and just kind of lay it there as a tunnel for the wire. Or what you can also do is just make sure you're not concrete edge restraint in the wire, so you're going to be above that. The wire can still move below it because of the open grade, but you do not want to lock that in place because you may need to access that light at some point.
Yeah, night falls on the city again, still on that same old grind, trying to get the win.
So if you like what you watched in this video, be sure to check out the full in-depth tutorial at hardscapementor.com.
Join the herd, one direction, that's the move. We build smarter, train faster, nothing left to prove. Join the herd, one direction, yeah, you know. With a guide on your side, watch the business grow.